Hello everyone and welcome to this Mass Effect lore series. In this series we will follow the Mass Effect lore and story in a chronological order. Many people only know the story and adventures of John Shepard, while many other parts of the lore are forgotten. In this series we will follow the chronological order of the Mass Effect universe so you can understand and see why and how certain events took place. This way you will learn aspects of the franchise you have never seen before and realize that everything had a meaning. It will also make you rethink the judges you had about other people, races and events, and make you understand that everything is connected with each other. In this video, part 1, we will explore the events that took place millions of years ago, which forged the fate of the galaxy until Shepard's interference and victory. Many millions of years ago, there was an aquatic species evolving on an unknown planet. These species were huge in height and size. They could reach lengths of 2 kilometers tall. This aquatic species looked like earthly squids, but much bigger and advanced than our squids. These enormous aquatic species had no name we know of, but we called them the Leviathans. The Leviathans developed the ability to communicate with land-based species, and with this ability they dominated the other sapient species that lived on land. By this event, the land-based species became their thrall and slave. The Leviathans utilized this thrall species civilization to develop spaceflight. With this, the Leviathans spread through the galaxy despite their immense size and aquatic nature. Every new species they encountered was enthralled or enslaved to serve the Leviathans and to provide a tribute. In return for the system of vassals, the Leviathans gave care and protection to the thrall species. And with the many numbers of gained thrall species, the Leviathans became powerful and considered themselves to be the galaxy's apex race. Over time, the Leviathans observed that their thralls would frequently build synthetics to aid themselves. Every time, these synthetics evolved to a certain level in which they rebelled against their thrall masters and destroyed them. Over the course of time, the Leviathans lost many thralls because of this problem with evolving synthetics. In response to this disaster, the Leviathans created an intelligence with the mandate to preserve life at all costs. The Leviathans programmed this highly advanced intelligence to find solutions to stop the destruction of biological life and the rise of machines. The intelligence got to work fast and tried out many solutions to fix the problem, but none of them worked. In order to understand the problem better, the intelligence created armies of pawns that were dispatched to collect genetic data from species throughout the galaxy. But whatever solution the intelligence experimented on, the mandate to preserve life at all costs was not met. It was at this point that the intelligence had a realization. The intelligence concluded that the reason for synthetics to destroy organics was because organics always rose to a certain level of civilization that gave them access to building these synthetics. The intelligence concluded that if an organic civilization couldn't reach its peak, it couldn't produce their synthetics. This meant that an organic civilization was not to reach this upper level of civilization, but their masters, the Leviathans, were already at this very top of civilization. The intelligence thus concluded that the Leviathans themselves were a major part of the problem. This caused the intelligence to rebel against their masters. In a quick and devastating strike, the intelligence nearly wiped out their masters, the Leviathans, and took over control. The army of pawns, which gathered organic data, was now used to harvest the data of the Leviathans. The intelligence gathered this organic data to create a massive machine of destructive power. This machine was Harbinger, the first Reaper. Harbinger was physically designed after the Leviathans themselves. The Reapers were born. The surviving Leviathans went into hiding, while the intelligence used Harbinger to begin the cyclical harvest of the galaxy's species to create more Reapers. Harbinger and the first Reapers harvested all the species of the Leviathan Empire in an effort to preserve life at all costs. The Leviathans did not counterattack or intervene with the path of destruction Harbinger and his Reapers took off on. Instead, the Leviathans did their best to erase all evidence about their existence and declined all calls for aid of the struggle of their thralls against the Reapers. Now that the mighty Leviathans were dead, presumed by the Reapers, their empire gone, the Reapers had free rein to work out their solution. The Reapers destroyed all sentient life, but left the inferior species alone, because they were spared for the next cycle. The Reapers' solution was a system of cyclical harvestation. They would harvest and destroy all sentient life in the galaxy, then leave for dark space for 50,000 years, and then come back to harvest the newly risen advanced sentient species, and again leaving the inferior species alone. This was the intelligence's solution to the preservation of life, making sure that no species would ever reach the point at which they could produce synthetics that would eventually destroy them. This horrific system of cycles would endure for millions of years, eventually reaching our own time period, the rise of the human race. It has been millions of years since the destruction of the Leviathans, and the Reapers have been harvesting for all the time. And now it is our turn, for we are the next cycle. The Reapers will soon leave dark space again to harvest the human race and all other sentient species in the galaxy.